Hi everybody, welcome to this edition of Table Topics RE. I'm Scott Shang.
I'm Bob Watson.
And today we're going to do a quick recap on SMMOCre Re, the real estate edition of Social Media Mastermind. And we had a really interesting conversation this week. Last week we listed a bunch of topics, a bunch of things that people wanted to talk about. And we started off with transparency and marketing. Couldn't really figure out exactly what that was, right?
Because the person that wrote it up there was not here at the meeting today, but we found out that it was Paul Monty. And we actually went through some of the concepts of marketing and being transparent as a person in marketing, but I don't think we really hit on the chord that he was focusing on. So we'll table this for right now. We went through the things that people need to know and have in order to actually market themselves, and it included personality, knowledge, strengths, and philosophy, whether it be online and face-to-face.
Right, and that conversation sort of evolved into, because we always seem to be having these conversations, you start talking about Facebook pages and specific strategies with Facebook pages, and then I started having this conversation because I wanted to dissect even further why all of this stuff is important and what role it plays in our marketing strategies. So one of the things we started talking about is we have two columns here. This is what channels do you use to tell people what you do, to let people know. This is typical advertising. This is park benches, newspaper ads, postcards, open houses, flyers. These
park
are all
benches.
the park benches. That's all, or bus benches. These are the old ways that you let people know that you were a real estate agent. And then what we talked about was you're doing all of this if you capture the interest of a consumer that wants to do business with you. What kind of opportunities are you giving them to get a hold of you? And we were talking about if you're get people to call you on the phone, you want to get in front of people, talk to people face to face, or you give people an email address so that they can email you questions. And where I think blogs and Facebook and Twitter and YouTube and listing book was one of the things that we talked about. The role that these play is having the opportunity to answer the questions that come out of this without having to pick up the phone, be in person, and email. So it was just expanding your opportunities to have conversations with people without you actually being there.
Okay. And I went back to strategy several times, but we nipped that in the bud because we're not going to talk about strategy and business plans anymore at Table Topics RE and Social Media Mastermind RE because most people don't have a strategy or a business plan. So I just sort of threw out there, look, I'm going to have a challenge for next week. And the challenge is I'm going to create a Facebook business page for a local market area that Kathy and I market to. After we got a list of all the Facebook business pages that were here for the people in the room, and there were 18 people here today, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Facebook business pages. So there's an opportunity there for the other 12 people to create Facebook business pages. So I am going to create a challenge, and I announced it today. I'm creating a Quail Hill Irvine Facebook business page, and we're going to build that out over the next 6 days. And next Monday, which will be our last Social Media Mastermind for real estate before the Labor Day holiday, the entrance fee is going to be $25. Anybody who's interested in coming and seeing the progression of how we are building out this business page to drive business to us and actually close business on Facebook, stay tuned. Come next Monday.
And you said you don't want to talk about strategy, but you have a very specific strategy because the purpose of this page isn't to get likes.
No.
Now, the purpose of this page, the challenge before you, is how many consumers in Quail Hill will go to your page to get information about what you do.
In the next 6 days.
In the next 6 days.
So time's a ticking. I don't know if there'll be one person who wants to pay $25 to hear how we're doing, or there'll be 500 people that come and crowd the door next week to see how well we're doing. But if you're coming next week to Social Media Mastermind for Real Estate here in Costa Mesa, bring a check, you bring your credit card, or bring rolls of quarters because it's going to be $25 to get in.
Okay, I think that's probably it. So this is awesome. This is a great challenge. We're going to check in next week, and I have a feeling we're going to check in as this thing progresses and as you grow this. And today was a very successful, I think this was a great social media mastermind for real estate. And we're going to execute some specific strategies.
And we're gonna get some business.
And we're going to get some business on it. So until next week, Scott Shang,
Bob Watson.
we'll see you next time.